Welcome to Shooting It Straight with Stan. I am your host, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states, every single one of them. I do that all the time. And then someone on a YouTube video the other day, their comment was, "Are you licensed in Kentucky?" Yes, I'm licensed in Kentucky. I can say that because I'm from North Carolina. And it's like North Carolina. If you live in North Carolina, you never pronounce the TH, North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. Stanley, North Carolina. That's what I'm saying. So, as you know, I've introduced my friend, the Grinch. Chester the Grinch is what I call him because everybody loves my client named Chester. But Chester the Grinch has on a Fun with Annuities cap. Look at that. Chester's all over it. What's Fun with Annuities? Good question. Fun with Annuities is my podcast that is award-winning. Every award ever, I've won it, because it's a great podcast. It comes out every other Tuesday. It used to be every Tuesday, but getting a little tired, getting a little old. I know what you're saying. That can't be Stan the Annuity Man, but maybe it is. But I'm revved up today because the topic is live off the interest until you can't. What am I talking about? Stan the Annuity Man? Talking about current interest rates. Look at the date of this beautiful video that I'm doing, Shooting It Straight with Stan. By the way, I'm Stan. And when I say live off the interest until you can't, at this time of this taping, there's some current interest rates out there that you can just take the interest and not touch the principal. Most people go, "I've never bought an annuity, Stan, because when I die, the insurance company keeps the money." That's one type. It's called a lifetime income annuity, and that's one of 40 ways to structure it. Most of the time we structure it so that 100% of the money goes to you or your family, not the evil annuity company. But what I'm talking about are MYGAs, CDs, treasuries, money markets. Really the four places where you can get full principal protection, not pay any fees ongoing, and get a guaranteed interest rate from those four products. Again, money markets, CDs, treasuries, and multi-year guarantee annuities, fixed rate annuities. One of those four I sell, MYGAs. Okay, that's the annuity industry version of a CD. At the time of this taping, there's some money markets that are 4%. There's some CDs at 5%. There's some MYGAs at 5.5%. And a lot of you out there have enough funds that whatever interest you can take off of those products is sufficient, and you never have to touch the principal. So my question is, why wouldn't we do that? I get calls. I mean, you can go to my site at theannuityman.com and you can schedule a call with, there's a bunch of us. I'm the leader, of course, because I own the company. And there is a lottery pick that you might get me 4 or 5 times a day. I will pick up the phone, call the people that have scheduled, and I always go, "Hey, Stan the Annuity Man himself, you might have won the lottery or lost it. I guess we'll find out after the call." Because I am going to shoot it straight and tell you the truth, period. Which is why people schedule the call with me. But most of the time, people are looking for income. And they're thinking they're going to have to tie their money up with a single premium immediate annuity, a deferred income annuity, a qualified longevity annuity contract, or an income rider. Those are the four primary lifetime income products in the annuity world. And I'm like, yeah, we can do that. That's turnkey. That's lock and load. That's if you're, not hitting on all cylinders, losing some cognitive abilities, which we all will eventually. Those are great products because the income's going to hit. It's turnkey. You've ripped the knob off a water faucet. But what if we don't have to do that? It's simple math. Because I always say, okay, tell me your total investable assets. Of course, you can't put more than 50% in annuities. I can push it to 60 if I use a couple bullets with the carriers. But the annuity industry really does not want you to put more than 50% of your investable, not your car, not your guitar, not your house, assets, investable assets, and annuities. So I'm like, okay, so let's just say you can get an average of 5% on everything: CDs, MYGAs, treasuries, or you can even say 4% to be very conservative. Of course, we can get that. Multiply that by the investable asset amount, not touching the principal. Will that be sufficient? If you have $1 million and you're getting 5% yield, you're getting $50,000 a year and you're never touching the million. Hello. I had a person on the line the other day. They were damned and determined, as my grandmother used to say. He just damned and determined is what he is, damned and determined. I'm like, stop cussing, Grandma. You're driving me crazy. You're influencing me poorly. I don't want to cuss. But he was darned and determined. That didn't sound as good. He was damned and determined to buy an immediate annuity, a deferred income annuity, because that's what he thought he needed. So we went through the whole process, and I'm like, okay, tell me about the assets. And he needed XYZ for X amount per month in income. And I said, well, we don't really have to tie the money up and buy an irrevocable. What does that mean? Can't get it. Can't touch this. As MC Hammer said, can't touch this. Da, 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 da. Can't touch this. Da, da. Can't touch the principal. Can't touch it. You'll never forget that, will you? SPIAs, DIAs, QLACs, those are annuitization products, ripping the knob off a waterfall. So income's coming, we'll structure it so that 100% of the money goes to you or your family. But what if you don't have to do that? What if you can achieve that income amount, that income goal, by just taking interest from CDs, or taking interest from the money markets, or taking interest from treasuries, or taking interest from multi-year guarantee annuities, fixed rate annuities, annuity CDs? What if you can do that? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you keep the powder dry? Why wouldn't you control the asset? There's no good answer. Why wouldn't you? You should. Now, if someone steps in and goes, well, Stan Annuity Man's kind of a simpleton, you know. He played college basketball and didn't get a advanced degree and all that stuff. He really doesn't know. You really should get a buffer annuity or an index annuity, variable annuity. Whoa, 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 whoa. If you want to go buy your agent a car, then go buy them a car. Okay. We're talking guarantees. Guarantee, as they say in Louisiana. Guarantee. That's what we're looking at. There's no guarantee return with index annuities. There's no guarantee return with variable annuities. There's no guarantee return on buffer annuities. I'm not putting those down, but we're talking about guarantees. Living off the interest, peeling off the interest, taking the interest from the top. Why wouldn't you do that? Well, we're at current interest rate levels where we can do that. And you should do that, which leads me, this question happens all the time. I'm on the phone, we solve the problem. The guy's, oh, I love that. And the wife's like, hit him in the back of the head. Of course you like it, because that's what I like. I like protecting the principal, and I like interest. And that's not the voice, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. And here's what they'll say. Stan, that sounds pretty good. Really appreciate the honesty and the straightforward nature of your conversations. I'm like, thank you. But what happens when interest rates go back down, player? And they always ask me that. They don't say player, but they should. What happens when interest rates go back down? But 31 trillion in debt. Interest rates got to go back down. They just got to go back down. It's like raising the interest rate on your mortgage. No one does that long term. You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you. So let's just say you buy interest rates and they're high right now and you lock them in. 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, 10-year, whatever. And a lot of people are locking in 10-year MIGA rates at like 5.4 or 5.5. Why? Good question. Because they know this is a moment in time. And let me tell you something. If you lock in a 10-year rate at like 5.4 or 5.5, and you want to call me like 6 years from now and bitch and moan and call me names, I'll take the call. I'll take the call. Player, bring it. Because I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to be mad that you didn't put more in. Of course, I'll remind you, but you can't. You can only put up to 50% of your investable assets in. But going back to the question everyone said, well, they're going to lower the rate, that Stan, and what are we going to do with that, Stanley? You know what we'll do at that point in time? We'll figure it out mathematically. If we can still live off interest rates with CDs, MIGAs, treasuries, and CDs, MIGA, treasury, money markets, those are the four: CDs, MIGAs, treasuries, money markets. We can still live off the interest and not touch the principal and keep the powder dry. We will. Nod your head. But let's just say we can't. Let's just say mathematically we can't. At that point in time, we will then visit immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, qualified longevity annuity contracts, and income riders. At that point in time, we'll look for contractual guarantee products for lifetime income, because they're going to provide a higher payback of your money, because part of that lifetime income stream with income riders, QLACs, DIAs, and SPIAs is a combination return of principal plus interest. So if we have to do that to hit the bogey, to hit that monthly nut that you got to hit financially, then we'll do an immediate annuity. But not until then, not until mathematically we've been proven we can't do it with interest. Not until the cards have been laid out in front of us and there's nothing we can do and we have to buy an immediate annuity. Up until then, up until that point, and I don't know when it's going to happen, and you don't know when it's going to happen, and no one on CNBC knows when it's going to happen, and Jim Cramer doesn't know when it's going to happen, guarantee you that. Nobody knows. Nothing against Jim. I just have better hair and I'm taller. Nobody knows at all what's going to happen. But if they force, they meaning the math, they meaning the rates, they meaning the economic environment that we have with contractual guarantees, then and only then will we look at immediate annuities. Now, if you come back to say to me, Stan, I really want an immediate annuity, a deferred income annuity, because I want it turnkey. I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to manage the MIGAs with you and then at that point in time convert it into an immediate annuity. I'm okay with that. That's rational. But if you want to keep the powder dry and live off the interest, then why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? There's no good answer to that other than you. Of course you would. You're going to ride that interest rate train as long as you can. You're going to ride that peeling off the interest as long as you can. You're going to ride that train of never touching the principal and never paying a fee as long as you can. And if rates go down, then we will pivot. What do you think there, Chester? That's a nice hat. I'm telling you, it looks good. It's like that flat brim. It's like the kids wear today. They don't do this. Like old people do this. They like form fit it. You know, it's got the, if you notice, it's got like the Annuity Man right here. See that? Then it's got the Annuity Man here. I mean, a little obsessive compulsive. But if you see Chester the Grinch's hat, that's flat brim. That's the young kids, you know, and Chester's relatively young. He's smiling today. You know, he loves this topic. He loves it when I get down and dirty and I'm talking the truth. That's Shooting It Straight with Stan. See you next time.